What's up, YouTubers? I want to say thanks to all the recent subscribers. I probably welcomed you to the channel. This is a very interesting build because it's a full drivetrain build. And I want to just try to motivate somebody else, because these Crown Victorias don't get as much respect as they should. If you build them, you can create some respectable V8 power. You can get the platform for cheap. Crown Victorias don't cost a fortune. The parts are there. Everything is there. So I just want to see if I can motivate somebody else to be bold. That's my statement. Be bold. Take a step beyond what somebody else might do. Get you a Ford Crown Victoria manual. Or if you got a Mustang, get a Ford Mustang manual. That's the best thing you can ever do to learn how to do what I'm trying to do. So, like I say, being bold, if it works, it works. I gave it my best. That's what this channel was about. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels where guys have boatloads of money to spend. They tear it up, go buy another one. You don't see them doing what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you guys how to use these. Hands and tools. Hands and tools. So, we're going to stop with the blabbering and just get to what we need to do. As you can see, I started to take the servos out. And if any of you guys ever touch one of these, you'll see what I'm going through. And there we go. I just had to get a hold to it. So these are the servos that you're going to have to take out in order to dig deep into this transmission. I plan to use the Sure Cure kit, which replaces the pins on that one. And if you guys ever did a J mod, this is one of the pistons and everything that you remove the springs. And as you can see, you got your top, you got your two springs, you got your piston, and then you got one gigantic spring under there. So if you ever did a J mod, you know what that location is about. So let's get to the meat and goodies. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we're gonna get to the meat and goodies. See what was going on. I already had to pull the pump off. You would undo all the screws. You got, see, these are smooth bores. Leave those alone when you're trying to get it out. You put a screw in here and a screw in here, and then you could use some type of bar and you will knock the pump out. So that is the pump. Don't see any out the way things with that, and most will come with the yellow. When I'm doing this, I'm gonna still have to do the measurements and everything. In this trans, you got the return spring for that. You got the gasket. And one thing I'm not seeing, oh, there it is. For some reason, I'm thinking that this trans may have been went through already. And something went left. Because usually, you would get that stock spring. Wow. very unique. Yeah, a lot of metal definitely went through that. Let's see. Ears off. Wow. This is beat to shit. Man, this is something unique. Let's check this. Burnt. So this is your main conclusion is burnt. Heat spots everywhere. Yep, this overheated. Sure. A lot of heat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have found one place of metal, and that is the sun gear shell. I mean, wow, this thing is just, I mean, look at that, guys. Just obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. And look how worn. Wow. I mean, this is, I mean, I've probably never seen the sun gear shell look like this. I mean, this is just annihilation. I mean, this right here is probably where a lot of that metal came from. I mean, look at the gears. I mean, they're just tore up all the way around. And then the fact that, my goodness, I mean, look at that. And the transmission didn't clunk, you know. I mean, it didn't. If you look at that, I mean, that is just, that's wild damage. I mean, man. That's why I tell people, when these things go, you're going to be able to take it apart and find the culprit. You're not going to be able to say, someone built me a bold transmission and something. There's a reason why this went. I'm going to try to dig further and figure it out. It's going to be more damage down in there. I can already see a shot planetary. So I'm going to have to get a planetary gear. And, you know, let me keep digging, guys. But this is the first culprit right here, the sun shell gear. I mean, there's no way you can save something like this. This is utter chaos and destruction. So that's a junk part for real. Well, guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do a part 3 because that is going to be where our problem area is definitely at. I don't think these clutches necessarily stopped it from moving. What I think really what stopped it from moving is the fact that I'm going to need a new planetary. I should know more of these gears, guys, and more of these parts. But a planetary and that gear right there I'm going to need, along with a sun shell, because if you can see that, I mean, it just tore that completely apart. So my main damage, even though my forward drum, as you can see, I mean, that got hot. So a lot of replacement parts. Reverse drum, it's going to need all that. I might be able to save the diode, mechanical diode. We'll have to inspect it further. But if I want to, which I say I have a second one, transmission that I took apart that wasn't in this condition, and I could use those parts off of that, document it, and get it for the 4-valve swap. So I'm going to use a couple of these parts off of this one. Such as I'm going to definitely use the return spring, the pump. I'm going to reuse the pump that was on here. The case, I have to get to the bottom and get that out in order to really see the damage, if any, done to the case. As far as I can see now, none. It's just going to be the Carnage and the planetary and the bottom with the output shaft. So that's going to be where the Carnage is at. And this gear right here goes down in there here, and it did not get chewed up in the Carnage. So I'm gonna do a part 3. Hopefully I can have this out and then take apart the clutches and show you guys all the clutches and steels and what they look like. I want to say these are the intermediate right here. Might be wrong, but they are hot and burnt. You know, you can see the burn marks. I mean, so definitely needed a rebuild for this. So part 3 coming as soon as I can get that. I got to figure out these drums and stuff all over again. But as soon as I can get the bottom end out with the planetary, I'm gonna show you guys what's going on next. Yep. So we got her halfway disassembled, and I'll get her the rest of the way tomorrow.